The meeting today is January 20th, 2026. We're running a couple of minutes behind. We had a prior workshop. We have a quorum present tonight. To my right and your left, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook Live, we have Councilman Julius Buckley. Beside him will be Councilman Roscoe Warwick, Councilman Brent McWaters. We have our City Secretary, Ms. Juanita Lamone. To my left, your right, our City Manager, Mr. Lee Tipton, our City Attorney, Mr. Tommy Ramsey, our Councilwoman, Ms. Desiree David, and Councilwoman, Ms. Rachel Hall. And tonight, we're going to ask our own Chaplain Carl Williamson, one of my favorite people. He's going to do our invocation for us tonight. And afterwards, we're going to have Ms. Rachel Hall to do our both pledges for us tonight.
Thank you guys for serving. Join me in prayer. Father, I'm amazed tonight by who you are and what you can do. I don't believe it's by accident that any of us are here. I believe you place us in places that you deserve, that you see we don't deserve, but that you equip us to do. Thank you for those who put their shoulder to the task and go to work and get things done. Lord, forgive us for sometimes backing away and passing the buck. Lord, we accept responsibilities we have. Father, I'm proud to live in Cleveland. Thank you placed me here. Thank you I live among these friends and this family. Would we be a benefit to each other? Would this be a better place to live because of how we live and how we serve? So, Lord, give wisdom tonight, give your guidance, give your blessing, and Father, we'll praise you for that. And ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Please join me to the pledge to the American flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the Texas flag.
On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Okay. That was proclamation first. Okay. Okay, I have a proclamation here, and I'm going to ask Miss Sharika Lewis, will she come forward? Sharika, this is about our third time now, fourth time? Well, proud of Sharika. She is my cousin also. I guess she claimed me, but I'm just proud of you for the work that you do in cervical cancer awareness. You really help a lot of people out with this, spreading the word, on the benefits of getting your checkups and doing what you're supposed to do, your wellness tests and whatsoever. But the City of Cleveland, Texas, proclamation, whereas cervical cancer is a disease that strikes over 13,000 women each year, and whereas cervical cancer most often affects women in the prime of their life, and whereas regular cervical cancer screening tests are effective in detecting the disease early when it can be effectively treated, and whereas cervical cancer disproportionately impacts vulnerable communities lacking access to health care and proven life-saving tools, and whereas cervical cancer vaccines are available that together with screening tests provide a formidable and effective means of preventing the disease, and whereas increasing awareness among patients and healthcare providers alike regarding the best use of these prevention tools is a key component in safeguarding women's health. Now, therefore, I, Danny Lee, Mayor of the City of Cleveland, Texas, do hereby proclaim January as Cervical Cancer Awareness Month and encourage all of our citizens to recognize that cervical cancer is preventable and to encourage and support the women in our lives in taking charge of their health and availing themselves to tests and vaccines that have proven so effective in preventing cervical cancer. We have the means to prevent this disease. It's incumbent on all of us to ensure that we have the will to do so. Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, in witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the official seal of the City of Cleveland, Texas, to be affixed this 20th day of January 2026. Danny Lee, Mayor, Jacqueline Cleveland, Deputy City Secretary. And Sharika, I'd like to proudly present this proclamation to you. And once again, I want to commend you on the work that you do on cervical cancer awareness, because it's very prevalent in Cleveland, also in Liberty County. So just, thank you for the work you do and continued blessings in your ministry and the great work that you do here in Cleveland. Thank you very much. Can I get a picture with you?
Yes.
Thank you, Sharika. Okay. Zachary? Okay, come on, Zachary. I know you, man. City of Cleveland, Employee of the Month. How about that? Let me read this to you, Zach. Employee of the Month, December 20th, 2025. This certificate is proudly presented to Zachary Bullard for your exceptional performance this month in appreciation for your loyalty and achieving company goals. Signed, Danny Lee, Mayor, Lee Tipton, City Manager. Thank you, Zach, for the work that you do. You come in every day. You grind. Every day you bring it. So just keep bringing it for us. Okay? Thank you, Zach. Once again. Keep working.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to go down to item number 5. Number 5, public comments. Any person with city-related business may speak to council in compliance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. The City Council may not discuss or vote on any matter raised in public comments unless it's specifically on the agenda. To speak during a council meeting, you must be recognized by the presiding officer. Okay. We have Chaplain Lance Blackwell, P.O. Box 715, Cleveland, Texas. Chaplain Blackwell. Okay. We give everyone 3 minutes, and Ms. Juanita keeps the time for us.
Thank you, Mayor Danny Lee.
Thank you so much. I serve as a volunteer chaplain for the greater Cleveland area now for over 15 years. It's been a wonderful season. And one of the things that one of our former mayors had put together is to put together in February a city day of prayer every year on Abraham Lincoln's birthday, February 12th. Most of us are all aware of that, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that we need to begin to focus to get the word out to our Chamber of Commerce and to our local churches and business owners that we will be meeting at 12 noon at the Cleveland Civic Center. And Miss Ashley Bouchard does a wonderful job of pulling everything together for us on the February 12th, no matter what day of the week it is. And that was set in place by our council members and Mayor Otis Cohen. And we just really appreciate everybody coming. And so I look forward to seeing y'all there this February. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay, thank you, Chaplain. Okay, next we'll have, got another one of my kin people. Boy, it's family reunion tonight. Mr. Tony Como, and I think he lives on North Travis Street here in Cleveland. Mr. Como.
Good evening, everyone. I just have a question maybe to ask you, about the city for its growth. And I just wanted to know, do the city offer a tax break for a company or business that want to locate here or do business here to come to this area, like a 4 or 5 year till they get their business up going and they can start paying taxes? Do we offer anything like that? Because I know surrounding cities, they do, and business been going there. And I was just wanted to see what we offering for, just to see help the city grow, or see the city grow with more companies or business to come in for jobs and infrastructure and things like that.
Okay.
That was my thing.
Okay, now I can indirectly answer that. Okay, Emilio will get your number, our development services coordinator, supervisor rather, and that's his cup of tea. He does that, and we do have some programs, for businesses, and Emilio can get your information, and he can contact you, and maybe you can sit and have a meeting with him, and he can go over some things.
Yeah, with the procedure, I just want to know.
Yeah,
procedure,
we have a department now that, and actually they're doing a tremendous job. That's what Emilio does.
Okay.
And he'll gladly get your information and set up a meeting, and the city is, we'll help in any way we can.
Now, the reason I've asked, you hear many things, and stories, like Dayton and Livingston and Splendor, everything, they offer a tax break for 4 or 5 years, and then, that's why they were getting a lot of businesses. So that was my question.
Yeah.
That I had.
Well, like I said, we can, but it's good to ask those questions, and I thank you for, coming. And like I said, Emilio, you can get Tony's information, and he'll get with you, and you can set up a meeting, and, he has a lot of different, deals that he can share with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tony. We'll be in touch. Okay, next I have Miss LaCasa Best, 1664, County Road 5734. You welcome. Sure, yeah, we're gonna put you live on TV. How you doing this evening, ma'am?
I'm all right today. How y'all doing?
Okay,
I'm naturally loud.
okay, well, that's, I am too, so you blend in.
So my name is Dr. LaCasia Best. I have a nonprofit organization entitled Pathways to Puzzle Pieces. We help individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we are building our first project here in Cleveland, Texas, where we will have a 7-bedroom, 5-bathroom home housing adults between the ages of 18 and 30 with such as autism, Down syndrome, and so forth. And so I'm super excited. Again, it's going to be our first project, and it's here in Cleveland. And I'm coming just to make myself known to the county and to also gain resources and information. I'm fairly young, so I would like to do things and do things right the first time.
Okay.
So I want to get to know you all. I'm going to have an opening ear, so if you all have any recommendations, tips, suggestions, resources that we can utilize, we're more than welcome to intake that information. My goal is to do one community project per month. Per quarter. This quarter, it's not going to be in Cleveland, Texas, but hopefully we can bring it here for next semester. So on January 31st from 12 to 3, we're going to be at the Burnett Baylord Community Center. We're going to have an all-inclusive sensory extravaganza event. And then on February 14th, we have 3 time slots, 11:30, 12:30, and 1:30, where we will be doing a social skills pizza party at Mod's Pizza in Bel Air. So the goal is not to just be in one place, but to spread awareness to everybody as autism numbers are steadily rising. So I just wanted to get out here, to put my name out here, to put my business out here, and just obtain as much as you guys can provide for me. I know I'll be reaching out to individuals because I want to be able to put like caution signs in front of the home, street lights for those that elope, and different things. I've already made communication with the Mr. Sean Anderson, and as well as with like Mr. Nathan Green. I'm already collaborating with other nonprofits. I recently joined the Chamber of Commerce. I'm waiting on Victoria Good to get back to me, if y'all know her.
Oh, we'll get you.
Telecom.
She'll get back with you, trust me.
So that is all I have for today. Again, my name is Dr. LaCasia Best, and I thank you all so much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
I left business cards and flyers on
Okay.
everyone's desk, but if there's anybody who would like one, let me know, and I'll
Okay.
be happy to share.
Okay. Dr. Best, you can also get Emilio's information,
Okay,
and he can, kind of maybe help you out in some, different circumstances with different issues,
Okay.
that might come up while you're upstarting,
okay,
and we here at City Hall that, we have open door policy. So if there's any way that we can help anybody, so just feel free to stop by,
I'm grateful. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
And Di Tobbs,
Yeah, I got your
he
email
told
today.
me to tell you hello.
Okay. I got your email today, and I was gonna call you, and then I saw you on the agenda. I said, oh, okay. You mean business. But thank you for coming. Okay, is that the last one? Okay, let me see. Okay, we're gonna move on to item number 6. Okay, did you want to do that? Okay. Okay, we're going to do reports from members of the council regarding attendance of boards, commissions, social functions, conventions, workshop, ceremonial events, press conferences, candidate forums, and similar events where no formal action was taken and discussion of public business incidental to that event. And I'm gonna start on my left, that'll be to your right. Ms. Rachel Hall, do you have any comments for tonight?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. On Saturday, I had the opportunity to go up to Douglas Gym and attend some of our local youth basketball games. It was quite entertaining. Just so you know, it's open. You can just go sit and watch. You don't have to have kiddos actually on the team, and it's a good time. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knows every Saturday for the next few Saturdays, right? Yeah, okay. So stop by, support the kids doing basketball and cheer. Today, I had the opportunity to go to Tri-County, which is a beautiful facility that opened in our community recently, for the Liberty County Community Coalition meeting, where Chief Broussard was one of the guest speakers in regards to human trafficking and community concerns in response to that, and identifying signs and how to help in that regard. So I encourage those who are interested in partnering with local community partners to attend those meetings. They have dozens of organizations who meet together locally, and they have information, resources, and things to help provide things for families locally. And then the last thing that I have here is coming up for everyone to be aware. Hopefully you have registered to vote, especially if you recently moved to the area or updated your address. But we do have a political forum, and that is going to be on February 3rd. So Bluebonnet News is hosting a political forum on Tuesday, February 3rd, ahead of the March 3rd primary election, giving voters an opportunity to hear directly from candidates seeking public office. The forum will be held at the Cleveland Civic Center, located at 210 Peach Avenue in Cleveland. The event is free and open to the public, and light refreshments will be available. Candidates running for U.S. Congressional District 9, Texas Senate District 3, the 75th State District Court, the 253rd State District Court, Precinct 2 and Precinct 4 County Commissioners, Precinct 2 and Precinct 5 Justice of the Peace, and County Treasurer are invited to participate. Again, that's going to be February 3rd, but you do need to be registered to vote before then. I believe the cutoff is February 2nd. I'd have to go double check that. So please get out to the forums to hear these candidates, and then know that it's election season. So even after this election coming up with these forums in February and the election in March, we will have more elections in May for local school board and city council seats. And I just want residents to be aware that there's multiple elections to participate in, and there will be multiple forums. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hall. That was really valuable information, so kind of take heed to that and get out and register if you hadn't registered and participate, in the election process. Okay, next we have Ms. Desiree David. Do you have anything for tonight? Okay. Okay, Mr. Tipton, do you have anything for us tonight? Okay, Mr. Tipton's. Okay, Ms. Juanita, do you have anything for us tonight? Okay, Mr. McWaters.
I know it seems like it's been a while, but I just wanted to draw a point to, we haven't met since our, seems like it's been a while, but just hope everybody had a happy holidays and Christmas, and just thank you for all the staff and all the work you do, police, fire, city services. Thank you all very much for the work you do for our community.
Okay, Mr. Ward. No comments tonight. Okay, Mr. Buckley.
I just want to thank city staff for everything they do, and shout out to our fire department, police department, public works for taking care of that big fire we had this past week. And hopefully everything gets built back the way it should be. But thank y'all for getting out there as fast as y'all could and then putting it out as fast as y'all could. But that's all, Mayor.
Okay, and Julius, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on you a little bit on that. My kudos to the Cleveland Fire Department. I expressed this privately with Sean. I ran into him the other morning, a quick trip, him and his crew. I got the text about the fire, and I just happened to have been on my way out, and I passed by the Reyes restaurant, and that was my first time really getting a chance to see our fire department in action. And I told the firemen that I had a chance to, talk to that they really have a lot of courage. I saw those guys working, and I really realized, when I saw the two young men on top of that roof, and it really took a lot of courage to go up there on that roof. And, trying to cut that roof open and that fire blazing out of there, and you don't know what's going to happen. And it was really impressive. And our police department were directing traffic. We had half of the town was there, a lot of people stopping and looking. And I think it was just a great display of professionalism and teamwork that was displayed, by our fire and police department and our first responders. Just good teamwork to you guys, and appreciate the job that you're doing. Okay, and also we continued our efforts on our code enforcement. We do have a code enforcement officer, and we have that set up on the website. If you have see violations of city codes that are being violated, there is a place to where you can turn those in, and it will be addressed. Okay. Also, I have spoken with Mr. Tipton in depth on this. We got a lot of illegal dumping that's going on in several areas of Cleveland. Down by the Bell unit in Cleveland, that would be Ross Street, and I think Lily Street, by the old bayou. That's been a problem for years with the illegal dumping. But we're going to get some cameras and put them out there, and we really, really want to nip that in the bud. We have a city dump, and we're going to make that available. It's available in it, but we're going to really make it available to where you can come and dump what you have legally. Because if you get caught dumping, we're going to just put the maximum penalty on you, because what that does, you dump the couches, stoves, hot water heaters, tires, and when it rains, that whole area, it floods. So, we really, really need to have some pride in the community. And, we're gonna put that at the top of our list. We're gonna try to clean that up. So that's another thing we're working on. And last but not least, this is our first meeting of this month. And I just want to thank my colleagues on council for the teamwork this past year. We work together as a team. God knows we have our disagreements, but when we disagree, we agree to disagree. And I just thank each and every one of you for your cooperation, your professionalism, the respect that we show for each other. And it's just been a great year working with you, and I hope we can have another great year going forward. That's to each of you sitting here tonight. But that's all I have. But last but least, I want Mr. Jerry Hodges. Would he come forward? I see him in the house. He's trying to hide from me back there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, last but not least, Mr. Jerry Hodges, and I told him a couple of weeks ago he was short.
Everybody's here, family.
That's right, brother.
That's it.
And this man has been with the city of Cleveland for 31 years. And Jerry, I'm just very proud to present this to you, but on behalf of the city of Cleveland, I'm honored to recognize Jerry Hodges for 31 years of dedicated service with our Public Works Department. As equipment operator, Jerry's hard work and commitment have helped keep our city safe, functionable, and moving forward day after day. His reliability and professionalism have made a lasting impact on our community and on the co-workers who have had the privilege to work alongside him. As Jerry retires at the end of this month, we thank him for his many years of service and wish him all the best in a well-deserved retirement. Jerry, brother, thank you, man, for all that you've done. And matter of fact, I was speaking about the dump. This was the dump, man. You go in and dump your trash. So we're going to have to find somebody they got some big shoes to fill. But Jerry's done a tremendous job. And, man, I'm just honored to be here at your last meeting. And I have Robert and Roger. Y'all can come in and shake his hand and all that good stuff. Y'all want a hug? Robert, you can give him a hug, too. But these are some great guys, and it just makes me feel proud to work with these guys and get to know them. But we got some outstanding people that's here in the city, and we love you, Jerry, and we're going to miss you.
Well, if I don't like it at home, I'll come back and do it.
Well, we'll talk about Nah, Jerry, you good, brother. Our door, our door gonna always be open for you, brother. Yeah, always be open. But you gonna get us a picture, Courtney? Thank you, Jerry. God bless you. Thank you, Jerry. I tell you what, moments like this, and all the stuff that we got going on today, just moments like this, it just brings a good feeling of, community pride and showing love and respect to our fellow brother. But God bless you, Jerry. Okay, we're going to move on to item number 7, public hearing. Conduct a public hearing to consider the land use assumptions and capital improvements plan CIP relating to the possible adoption of city water, wastewater impact fees as authorized by the Texas Government Code, Chapter 395. And we have Mr. Blake Barringer.
Good afternoon, Council.
We're going to open the hearing at 6:39. Okay, go ahead, Blake.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Blake Barringer with Blau Engineering. I'm here to, talk in the public hearing about your land use assumptions and CIP plan. In accordance with Local Government Code 395, we have to open up a public hearing, provide a, platform for your public to provide comments on the CIP list and your land use assumptions. If you can remember back in December, we had a workshop where we talked about these two items at great length. These items have been made public to your community for review. So now is the time to get some feedback. We can have some open dialogue about these things if necessary. So if anybody needs me to go through, define any of these terms or discuss any of these items, we can do that now. After this, one of the agenda items will be to adopt the CIP and the land use assumptions map.
I have one question, or,
Let's close the public hearing unless there are no comments before we get into the question and answer portion.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Hearing at 6:41 PM. Okay, now, question and comments. Ms. Hall?
I was just going to ask if you would summarize land use assumption and capital improvement plan for the general resident to understand what it means, for them to know that that's what's being discussed tonight. Like, how would you summarize it for our everyday resident?
Yeah, absolutely. So a land use assumptions map is a kind of a viewport, fast forwarding 10 years from now on what Cleveland looks like in 10 years. What's your undeveloped land look like? How's it going to be utilized? How's it going to be used? So what's that raw land used going to look like in a 10-year period? So what happens is the city has hired us to put all these things together, look into the future on what we think the development's going to look like, and put together what we call a land use assumptions map that depicts what areas are going to grow and how fast are they going to grow, and what the equivalent demands are going to be as a result of that growth. Shifting gears to the CIP. The CIP is a capital improvements plan. This is a list, a comprehensive list of projects that need to take place within the city to improve its infrastructure, to fulfill the needs of the developments coming through. As an example, like extending water lines down 787 to help more development come into that area, increase your wastewater plants, add an additional water plant, things of that nature. Those things go on your capital improvements plan and project list. Those are then assigned rough price. And then when we get to talking about impact fees next month, those two go hand in hand to help us calculate what your impact fees will then settle at. But as far as the CIP, that's what that stands for, Capital Improvements Plan.
Thank you. And so both of these are 10-year projections, correct?
That is correct, yeah.
And last question, where can a resident go online and see that 10-year future map? Where can they go find it?
They can reach out to City Hall, or they can email me directly. The best route is to reach out to City Hall, and they'll distribute it to them.
Thank you.
Questions or comments? Blake?
If we've shifted to item 9, or item 7, the agenda item, what we're looking for tonight is a resolution adopting and finalizing the land use assumptions, map, CIP plan, advisory committee, and just acknowledging that we had this public hearing tonight. I have copies of those resolutions real quick. That way we can get this finalized. The next step, wait till I get to the podium.
Okay.
Next steps after adopting this resolution would be to move forward with a public hearing for your actual impact fees. This is the groundwork. This is the first step we have to take to adopting those impact fees. Once we have moved forward, we'll have another public hearing next month and have a public hearing for the impact fees themselves and adopt the impact fees, assuming everything goes well.
Okay.
So this is step 1.
Okay. Blake, is that all you have? Is there any other questions, comments? Any council? Okay. Thank you. We'll see you a little later on on the agenda. Okay, we're going to move on to our consent agenda. All consent agenda items are considered routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member requests an item be removed and considered separately. Okay,
Mr. Mayor, can we remove item number 16? And then I will make a motion to approve number 8 through 15.
number 16. Okay. Okay. Remove number 16.
And I second.
Okay.
Simply because the date passed.
Yeah. Okay, do I have a motion?
I make the motion, Mr.
Okay,
Mayor.
yeah, Ms. Rachel, I have a motion by Ms. Rachel Hall. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Mac Waters. All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay. I have my sheet here is out of water. Okay, which one? Okay, we're regular, okay. And my sheet was out of order. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our, regular agenda. Item number 17, consider adoption and land use assumptions and capital improvement plans under which an impact fee may be imposed. Okay, Blake.
Good afternoon. I apologize. I thought earlier we had already shifted to regular agenda, so I already said pretty much everything I have to say, and y'all have the resolutions in front of you. I was gonna hold on to those until this, but y'all
You
already
good?
have them. So, yeah, like I already stated, this is just a formality adopting this resolution, accepting those items. Step one will go to the impact fee next month. Similar process, public hearing, and then hopefully adoption. So that's all I have, unless y'all have any other questions or comments on anything provided to you tonight.
Does it just have to approve, consider adoption, or do we need to name all this here?
I believe you just,
Okay. Motion to approve resolution as is presented.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Buckley. I have a second by. I think I had a second for Ms. Hall. Okay. Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Buckley. I have a second by Ms. Hall. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Item 18, an agreement for service and reservation of sewer treatment capacity between the city of Cleveland and Union Tank. Okay, that'll be Mr. Brooks.
Mayor, we're going to request to table 18 right now. It's still in the legal review.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Can I get a motion to table?
I'll make a motion, we table number 18 for legal review.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Rachel Hall to table item 18, and a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Item 19, to authorize staff to seek RFP for storm debris. Roger Brooks.
Mayor, council members, all those in attendance. Staff is authorizing to extend our contract for the debris removal, which will expire on the 31st of this month. And all we're asking is to extend it for future and go out for RFP later, as far as to say probably a couple of months from now. But this is to extend it, that way we will be able to, if any debris or any storm or floods happen, we're still under the contract, the existing contract that we are on now. So staff has recommended authorization to seek RFP and extend the existing contract that we have.
Mr. Brooks, so you're asking our current provider, we want to extend them so we're not without coverage if we have a storm, but then we also need to seek bids, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize staff to seek the RFP for storm debris as well as extend Is there a certain amount of time we're extending the current contract?
Until fiscal period, which is September, August, around that time frame.
And extend the current contract until the end of the fiscal year?
Just to give council a note on this, we're trying to put all the contracts that we have throughout the city on kind of a rotation, so they're all kind of come up prior to budget. That way we can go out and seek that and know what our new term's going to be, so we can adopt that in the next budget to kind of fill that. So this is just the extension of that, so we're not without coverage, and then we will seek that RFP.
You made the motion, right? Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Rachel Hall, second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, item 20, an award RFP for lawn services.
So on August the 2025, the city was notified via email that Grass Knuckle, contractor responsible for mowing the city property, abandoned its contract effective immediately. No advance notice was provided. The company ceased operation the same day, and Public Works crew, Parks and Recs, maintained the services until now. So we reached out to, we had 10 bids, so we went out for RFP, so we had 10 bids. Out of those 10, the lowest price bids were reviewed. 2 of the 3 disqualified for not providing enough information or the requirements that met the RFP. What I'm asking is, staff has recommended awarding the contract to Geotech Lawn Services, and we will talk to them about renegotiating their contract as far as the price-wise to move forward. If that don't happen, we will go out for another bid, RFP.
Mr. Brooks, I'm sorry, so did you say that we want to negotiate the price with them? Or
Yeah.
we want to award what they have presented in their
Well, we
bid?
want to award them also, but we set a price on our budget
Okay.
every year. That was over that.
Oh,
So we want to see if there are no negotiations will take place and they will accept our price, everything is good. If not, then we have to go out for another bid.
okay. Okay. I make a motion that we awarded the bid to the one who qualified, that staff recommends.
Which is Eastern Geotech Lawn Service.
Eastern Geotech Lawn Service.
Okay, did I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Rachel Hall, a second by Mr. Mac Waters. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, item 21, Board of Directors. Thank you, Roger. Board of Directors of County Appraisal District, Mr. Tipton.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just in your packet, these are the results from the Liberty County, San Jacinto County, and Montgomery County Appraisal District. These are the ones that y'all have submitted your votes for, that you had the certain amount on. And this is just kind of giving you the end result of that, who was elected. There's no action. Yes.
Sure everyone has that information. Okay, so we're going to move on to item number 22. TERS, one payment of tax increment funds to McKinley Development Company Incorporated in accordance with the agreement by and among the City of Cleveland, Texas, Reinvestment Zone Number 1, Cleveland, Texas, and McKinley Development Company Incorporated. Okay, Emilio.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Emilio Lavario, Director of Community Development. So the TERS 1 Board of Directors met last Thursday to consider this request, and they made a recommendation of approval unanimously to approve the annual increment payment and the tax reinvestment zone number 1 for the city, which is Grand Oaks. And so that payment of eligible project costs that were submitted, which was currently $674,613.15. There's that and more additional funding available in the TERS 1 fund. So we do recommend approval. Staff has reviewed this, the DRC has reviewed this, and the TERS 1 board has also recommended approval. Happy to answer any questions if you have them.
Make a motion, we approve the TERS 1 payment.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters, a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, number 23, resolution of support of the Cleveland Plaza Apartments. Emilio.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So you may recall last year in January 2025, this group, Belmont Group, submitted a similar request for a resolution of support. They were competing in the 2025 funding cycle with the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. They weren't selected, unfortunately. Their criteria, something in that previous resolution, the way it was worded, kind of did not give them the requisite amount of points. So they've submitted a revised resolution. There's a representative with Belmont Development Company here that could walk through the nuances of that. But essentially, they're seeking the exact same support. This is for rehabilitation of the apartments at 915 East Hanson Street here in Cleveland. So it's an existing apartment complex. They are seeking low-income housing tax credits to facilitate the redevelopment and rehabilitation of those apartment units there. So again, representative from Belmont Development Company is here to answer any additional questions you may have, but it's pretty similar to the action taken last year.
I have just one question. What was the language change that needed to change in the resolution to make it more competitive?
This is Derek Hamilton with Belmont Development Company. We just discussed it earlier, but I kind of forgot.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, council members, city staff. Appreciate the opportunity to speak. Actually, last year, the city of Cleveland was just barely over 2 times the state average of affordable housing units in the city. And one of the guys in our office left out that paragraph or that sentence in the resolution. It wasn't anything you guys did. It was a clerical error on our part. This year, ironically, the city it's based on a 3-year average. This year, it's just below the 2 times. So we're asking pretty much for the exact same resolution that you guys provided us last year to resubmit our application. It was basically thrown out on the technicality because we didn't have that sentence in there that was required last year that's not required this year. So I'm sure that's as clear as mud, but we're just looking to apply for funds through Texas Department of Housing to rehab the property and bring it back to like new condition. Belmont's Affordable Housing Development Company. We're a general contractor and also a property management company. We manage all the properties we own. We have about 132 USDA rural development properties in Texas and the surrounding states, and just looking to keep doing what we're doing already and bringing these properties back to new condition. Happy to answer any questions and appreciate your support.
This is an affordable housing complex, right?
It is, yeah. It's currently a family affordable housing property, and it will remain that.
And what would be the advantages to our families? Like, is in a quick thing, reduce rent, or like, what is best for our families looking to move into it when it's rehabbed and with the support?
Well, it'll be the same residents, unless some leave in the meantime. But what we're doing is we're putting about $55,000 a unit into the property. The inside will be like windows, doors, HVAC, cabinets, light fixtures, all energy efficient items. Exterior will be, new hardy board siding, a lot of concrete corrections for ADA. And the current ADA units that we have need a little modification to make them legal to today's standards. Fixing sidewalks, we usually add a picnic pavilion, basketball court, those type things, amenities for the families.
Okay, sounds like a great facelift there. Okay, I'll make a motion for the resolution of support for the Cleveland Plaza Apartments.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Hall, a second by Mr. Mac Waters. All those in favor?
I'm sorry, were we 23 or 24 on, did I name it correctly?
You're at
Okay.
23.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I do have the motion by Ms. Rachel Hall and a second by Mr. Mac Waters. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the work. Okay, item number 24, Easy Street Lofts, LP presentation and resolution of support for Easy Street Loft, LP Ronnie Gianni.
Yes, yes, we'll have a representative from Easy Street Lofts LP come up and do a presentation. I just, wanted to tee it off by saying similarly and unsimilarly, they're kind of requesting similar consideration and action as far as the resolution of support for them seeking these competitive tax credits. This is different because it's not a rehabilitation. This is a greenfield project. So they'll be constructing new apartment units, similar to what you see at the Pioneer Crossings, in terms of probably very similar quality and style and how that was facilitated and financed, assumably. So they have a short presentation, shouldn't take long, but in essence, they're kind of seeking similar support. With that resolution that you previously took action on, the state requires some kind of financial contribution from the city. We do it typically in terms of providing a fee waiver to some permitting fees. That was $250 in the previous item. This is $500 in this current item, assuming that it's new construction. There's a different threshold for that contribution. So, but we'll have Easy Street Lofts LP come up and make their presentation, and you can have any questions for them. They'll be happy to answer that.
Okay, Pete.
Good evening, council members, Mayor. My name is Michael Beard. I'm not Ronnie Gianni. I'm here representing him. But Emilio said it perfectly. This is a new construction financed with tax credits, just like the previous one that y'all voted a resolution on. I don't know if I can ever say that this has happened before, but we're participating under different set-asides, which is great for the city of Cleveland. What that means for y'all is the developer that just spoke before is applying under a completely separate bucket of funds available with the state agency, and we're applying under one that's specific to this region. So there is actually a chance that y'all can get both of these, which is great. New housing, new development, along with repositioning an existing asset is what I love to see happen in communities like this. So I just wanted to preface with that. This would be approximately a 49-unit development. You can go
Did you
ahead.
say a 29?
49.
49, okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. So with the amount of credits that's available to the region, that's generally the maximum amount that we could build and maintain a financial feasible development. It could be a little less than that, but that would be the high end. You can go ahead and go to the next. So it's literally a block east of here, off of Easy Street. So you can walk there from here. All those parcels right there are contiguous and owned by the same property owner. The developer has 2 of those parcels under contract, I believe equating to about 4.5 acres. I apologize, I have a lot of applications this round, so I'm getting deal merged, but I think this one's about 4.5 acres. It's roughly the northern portion of that, though it abut the, I guess that's a mobile home community just north of it. So it's that northern portion that runs all the way along. That's the border of the site control. You can see there's multifamily just south of it, and then there's multifamily just north of it, north of that mobile home park. So we felt like this was a really good use for this particular parcel, which is why we specifically targeted it. And it scores the top of this region. So y'all fall in Region 6 Rural, and this is the current top scoring application here, should we get this resolution of support with that commitment of funding in the form of reduced fee waivers. So you can go ahead and go forward. These are the typical elevations that we've been producing in the state of Texas. So, it's going to be a fiberboard and masonry composition elevation. So you'll have either stone or brick with hardy exteriors, fully ADA compliant. Anything over 3 stories, we would require elevator, and if this was serving seniors, it would require elevator, but since it is not serving seniors, and it's not over 3 stories, it would just be, we might do an elevator, but probably not, unless the city requires it. So, given the program, we would have to do at least 5% of these units ADA compliant, and then an additional 2% hearing and visually impaired. So that's great to help those at risk and needing additional compliant units. So go ahead and go forward. So the majority of the rents are going to be capped at 60% of AMI, which stands for area median income, with approximately 10% of the units at 50% AMI and an additional 7.5% at 30% AMI. So the balance is going to be at that income range there, that's 42 to 60K range, and then a small portion of the units will be deeper targeted for those that are of lesser income means. Rents are a third of that income. So that's the beauty of this program, is it guarantees that you will not be rent burdened. And in the event that the area incomes go up, every year the rents would go up as well. They're tied to the income. Go ahead and go forward. Given this type of development, we're looking at a build out of approximately $12 to $13 million, generating between 100 and 125 jobs while the build out occurs, and then we generally have 2 to 3 full-time positions of leasing consultant, manager, and part-time maintenance. Go ahead and go forward. So, yeah, we're here asking for your support so that we can get this done for y'all and get some new development into the city of Cleveland. So I'm really happy to answer any questions. If you want to know anything about the program, I've been doing this since 2013, and it's a really great program.
Yes, sir. I have a few questions here.
Sure.
So the first one, I see the location on this map. I'm curious in regards to what type of flooding studies have been completed in regards to, if we develop this area, how will it impact the existing residences and multifamily units surrounding it with flooding?
So there has not been any flooding studies performed up to this point. As far as a permitting process goes, if there is any, required studies to be performed for the permitting, we would comply with those. As part of our application, we will do a full feasibility study, market report, architectural package, engineering package. It's basically, we're putting in a state application as it's like a business plan to develop this thing. And then if we were to get awarded, that's when we would move to full plans and specs and approach the city for permits and dealing with any of that runoff or impervious cover requirements that you're speaking to.
Okay, and so in regards to those plans you plan to submit on 49 units, correct? Would there be space for a retention pond or something within that development itself?
Yeah, it's generally you see on-site detention to help offset any of the impervious cover that you are no longer, yes.
And what about the width of the roads? If someone comes and visits, because this is multifamily, so if they've got some people coming over, parking in the streets, can our fire trucks get through with if they're responding to,
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna have to provide a development that meets all design and local code requirements as part of our application, and so we will have our architect and engineer go through the development code. I don't know if the site's already zoned. Unfortunately, I did not do that much due diligence, but if it isn't, we're gonna have to ask for that rezoning as part of our application. It does not need to be approved as part of our application, but it does by August, September. And in that process, we will, all of those concerns, off-street parking, access, ingress, egress requirements, we'd have to meet local fire department requirements and building code requirements.
right, we have local codes, but, and then y'all also have a plan drawn up that you're seeking support. So the current, do you know the current width of the roads potentially, or that hasn't been discussed in the current plan?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't know that.
Okay, and then is this a development that has only one point of entrance to where you enter and exit at the same place?
Given the current site control, it's probably only gonna have one point of egress, unless they can do 2 points within the width of the land access that they have.
Okay, and so in regards to something like if there's a fire at a unit and you got cars parked everywhere, we can get fire trucks in there and people can get out in an emergency with the plan as
So,
is?
Generally, whenever I've seen a development that has only one point of ingress, egress, you have to have like a hammerhead turnaround capability for a fire truck, so that would be something that would be incorporated into the plans.
Okay, but we don't currently have those plans?
At this point, no. This is, so.
This
yeah,
is just a resolution?
This is
Yeah.
a resolution to get support, because without this, our application would not be competitive. And so then after that, we'd move forward with full plans.
Yeah.
Well, preliminary plans, basically just basic elevations.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Make a motion, we approve support for the Easy Street Lofts.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters, a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay. Motion, Joe. Okay, your motion carries 3-2.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item 25, consider the approval of ordinance of the City of Cleveland, Texas, authorizing the issuance and sale of the City of Cleveland, Texas combination tax and surplus revenue certificates of obligations. Series of 2026 levying a tax and providing for the security and payment thereof, enacting other provisions relating thereto. Ms.
Good evening,
Harrison.
Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Yes, ma'am.
This is in regards to the Texas Water Development Board grant that we received for $14 million that requires a $1.6 million match. These are all the steps that we have to take to issue the debt to cover our matching portion. And we have our bond counsel and financial advisor here that are available to answer any questions and further explain the process. So, Joe Morrow, financial advisor.
Good evening, excuse me, good evening, Mayor, members of council. Joe Morrow with Hilltop Securities. Just run through real quickly this booklet that I passed out to you behind tab number 1 is, this really takes in 25 and 26. That's our application to the Water Development Board for project number 21875, which was awarded to the city in 2 parts. They go as a project as a whole together. So you get a grant of $14,442,840 and a loan component of $1,605,000. Now, the $1,605,000 as part of the Rural Water Assistance Fund, you get a discounted interest rate. So that interest rate is 2.4264%, which is on this loan of $1,605,000, which is a 20-year loan. You have a prepayment option on March 1 of 2036, or any date thereafter. You can exercise your right to prepay this loan. I don't think we'll ever refinance it because your rates are just that low. So by moving forward and approving the grant, and then the next item, or it might be vice versa, I didn't really look at the agenda to see if 25 is the grant or 26 is the grant. One of them's the grant. 26 is the grant. Okay, so we're doing the certificates of obligation first, which is the $1,605,000. And by doing that, you will trigger the ability to get a grant in the amount of $14,442,000. So the total project is approximately $16,050,000. And just as, by the way, if that $14,442,000 was not in the form of a grant, but even if you got this low, below market interest rate that they're offering you on the $1,605,000, your annual payments on that would be $920,000 over the same term. So that's just to kind of give you a framework for you're really getting a great deal to get this project done in the form of $14 million in grant and the borrowing of $1,605,000. If you turn behind tab number 2, this is your debt schedule. Interest rates there, you see those about the third column over under coupon. Those are fixed. They will not change. So by adopting this tonight, you'll lock in those rates. Payments will be approximately $100,000 a year once you start amortizing principal. So that's what I've got for your first two, 25 and 26. And I can jump to 27 if you want to do that now, or you want to take these up, and because tab 3 is just a timetable for what you're doing with the notice of intent.
I'll make a motion that we approve an ordinance by the City Council of the City of Cleveland, Texas, authorizing the issuance and sale of the City of Cleveland, Texas combination tax and surplus revenue certificates of obligation, Series 2026, levying a tax and providing for the security and payment thereof, and enacting other provisions relating thereto.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Hall, second by Mr. Ward. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries. This is a win for Cleveland. Something that we really need, and it'll be greatly appreciated. Okay?
I'll make a motion that we approve a resolution by the City Council of the City of Cleveland, Texas, approving a grant agreement with the Texas Water Development Board from the Rural Water Assistance Fund, and authorizing the mayor as the designated representative of the city to execute the grant agreement, approving an escrow agreement, and approving other matters related thereto. That was the grant portion.
Second.
Okay, I have another motion by Ms. Rachel Hall, second by Mr. Mike Waters. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. And I'm gonna repeat myself again. This is a win for Cleveland. And I want to thank Pam, Roger, Sean, all those involved. It's been a process, but I just take my hat off to our executive staff for the work that they putting in. Like I say, it's just a blessing for Cleveland. And once again, I thank the council earlier for us sticking together, and I want to thank you all again. Okay, now we're going to move on to item number 27. Consider the adoption of a resolution by the City of Council, City of Cleveland, Texas, authorizing publication notice of intention to issue combination tax and surplus revenue certificates of obligations taxable Series 2026A in connection with the receipt of financial assistance with the Texas Water Revolving Board through the Clean Waste State Revolving Fund and approving other matters incidental thereto. Ms. Harrison?
Good evening again. So this one is the second grant that was applied for through Texas Water Development Board. It has a $10 million grant with loan forgiveness. We have I believe, $2 million. Is it $2 million? That's the loan interest? I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. 2.9, that is going to be a low interest loan, and then a 3.1 million that is zero interest on these two. So the next, number 27 and 28 are the second part of this loan. The first one was our water, and then this one is our wastewater for those repairs. And this is just a notice of intent. This is what we did for the other two, I believe in November. It's just putting the notice in the paper so that the residents are aware that we're considering issuing the debt for these projects. Yes, $10 million, that's a grant that we will not have to pay back, and then the other two are low interest and a zero interest loan.
That sounds good to me.
Make a motion.
Keep it on. When you say grant, 0%, I love those numbers. Hey, keep talking.
Make a motion, we adopt, adoption of a resolution by the City Council of Cleveland, Texas, authorizing publication of notice of intent to issue combination tax and surplus revenue certificate of obligation taxable Series 2026A in connection with the receipt of financial assistance from the Texas Water Revolving Board through the Clean Wastewater Revolving Fund and approving other matters incidental thereto.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters and a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Ms. Pam.
We got 28.
Oh, okay.
This is the second half.
Well, once I seen that 16 million, I kind of went
got
blank.
it. Hey, that's all
I
right.
kind of went blank. So when I saw them big numbers, I went haywire. Okay, I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm sorry. Item 28, consider the adoption of a resolution by the City of Cleveland, Texas, authorizing publication of notice of intention to issue combination tax and surplus revenue certificates obligation Series 2026B in connection with the receipt of financial assistance from the Texas Water Development Board through Clean Water State Revolving Fund and approving other matters related thereto. Ms. Harrison.
This is the second portion of that same loan.
Okay.
One is a zero interest, and this is the low interest loan. We have to issue two different series because one will not have interest and the other one will.
Make a motion that we consider the adoption of a resolution by City Council of City of Cleveland, Texas, authorizing publication of notice intention to issue combination tax and surplus revenue certificates of obligation Series 2026B in connection with the receipt of financial assistance from Texas Water Development Board through the Clean Water State Revolving Fund and approving other matters related thereto.
Second. Okay, I have a okay. Okay, we have there's a motion by Mr. Buckley, and was that Mr. Warwick, I'm sorry. And the second was Mike Waters.
Julia's
Okay.
motion.
Okay, I told you, I went blank after the 16 million. Y'all bear with me. We have a motion by Mr. Buckley, a second by Mr. Warwick. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, staff. Hilltop Securities, thank you. Looking forward to great things. And y'all welcome to come back anytime with those numbers. Y'all can come visit it anytime. Our door is always open. Okay, we're going to move on to item number 29, annual appointment of boards and commissions. Mr. Tipton.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. So for the Board of Adjustments, we do have 2 open positions, and we do have 2 submitted applications. So this is just staff asking for y'all's nomination and vote on who you want to put in those positions.
Make a motion, we approve the 2 applicants for the zoning board of adjustments.
Can we include their name in the motion? I'm just curious, like, so people are aware if they're watching who's been appointed.
List here. Quite a few people. Oh, yeah. Make a motion, we approve Michael Buckley and Mr. Martinez. Ms. Martinez.
Okay. Okay, that was a motion by Mr. Mack Waters, second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Item B is going to be Economic Development Corporation. We have 4 current openings, one which is a sitting council member, but we have 5 submittals for EDC.
Make a motion that we, for EDC, we put Brenton Waters, Michael Buckley, Jasmine Fumes, and Elaine Hamilton.
Can we do that one at a time, since I have a question, first of all, are there some of these positions that are appointed to 1 year versus some who are 2 years? And we nominate
We just did
on
the
an
last
individual?
one altogether. What's the difference?
We only had 2 applicants.
Still did them all together.
But is it correct that some positions are supposed to be appointed for 1 year and some are 2 years? Because I thought it was just 2 years, but then I saw something else where there was a differentiation.
The
If I'm-
EDC
if I'm-
board's already staggered, so like, there's some officers that are currently there already, and so their terms will expire at 26, at the end of this year. They'll be up for appointments in 27, so it's already working the staggered way.
So like, how is Jasmine up if she was originally appointed according to this, June 25?
She was, filling a vacancy. She was just completing that term, which would have been up.
So when we appoint them, we don't appoint them for 2 years whenever they're appointed?
No, they're just serving the remainder.
So we need to know who is being appointed and when their term ends, or if it becomes vacant, and keep track. So again, one at a time seems like,
We keep track of.
and last time I think we did this also one at a time because we have more than 4 applications.
Right, because we solicited,
Right.
applications from the community, so there will be more than what's required.
Okay, and then we have some individuals who are serving on multiple boards, so do we know, like, if they're on 3 or 4 boards already versus other applicants who are interested, who are not involved yet, but who have expressed interest in wanting to be involved with the city? Do we have anything that shows how many boards these individuals are already members of? Okay, I'm saying like, more of an at a glance, or do we just have to go to each individual list and count it up?
I think we keep a spreadsheet.
Well, I think that we should just go through the nominations one at a time.
I make a motion that we appoint Michael Buckley to the Economic Development Corporation.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mack Waters, a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0.
I make a motion for Elaine Hamilton to be a member of the EDC board.
Can I ask, is that in a replacement position, or are we just going in order?
I could just do it like this. So the next vacancy would be a Jasmine Fuentes.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Okay.
And she's the 2025 vacancy.
So,
Make a motion to put keep Jasmine Fumes on the EDC board.
second.
That-
Okay. Motion by Mr. Buckley. Could I hear the second on this end? Okay, second by Ms. Hall. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0.
And then I'll make a motion that in Mary Giles' place, we nominate Sharika Lewis for the EDC.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Rachel and a second by Ms. David. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 3-2. Okay,
Final position. Final term up will be Councilman McWater's position.
Make a motion, we put Frank McWaters on EDC.
Can I ask one question? Is that something, I know that there was a discussion previously as a council representative, but is that in the bylaws to have a council representative, or is that just something that was suggested to do?
State statute allows up to 4 members of council to serve. I'm sorry.
It allows it, but,
State statute explicitly allows up to 4 members of council, employees, or officers of the city. Practically speaking, you shouldn't have a quorum of city council on the EDC, but you can have up to 3. I think the common practice has been to have 2 in the past.
okay, well, no, I thank you, Tommy, and I did know that you could, because you could have like joint meetings. I was just curious, is if it was the expectation that we always had a council member, or if we were going to open up a position to those in the community wanting to serve as well. That's my question. I know there's a motion on the floor, but does anyone have an answer to?
well,
He was a member before he was a council member.
yeah, I've been here since around 2018, and we've had up to 2, at one time, maybe 3 council members. And my reasoning on it, it's always good to have a couple of, at least one council member on there, maybe 2, to just kind of be like a conduit between the EDC and the council, and, you know, create a, you know, better relation, you know, working relation. But that's up to council. I'll be voting in May, but, you know.
Oh, don't ask that. I didn't know that was the question. I'm sorry. She said, can there be an alternate? And I asked her to ask if it was a position that would require an alternate. But the EDC doesn't have alternates like some of the other boards, correct? Okay.
Okay, I think I had a motion and a second for Brent McWaters. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay. That be it? Now we got item C, TERS number 2.
Yes, sir, Mayor. So TERS 2, there are 9 open seats. We currently only have applications for 6, which does require them enough to have a quorum.
So 6 will grant them the quorum?
Yes,
Yeah, they get
Councilman.
the quorum. Okay. Well, then in that case, I make a motion that Nicholas Sandoval, Michael Ardenburn, Toby Ware, Robert Priest, Laura Davis. Oh, and make a motion that Nicholas Sandoval for TERS.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. McWater, second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0.
I do have one thing to say. I know it might be a little tedious to go through like each name, but at the same time, you give each citizen who hasn't been on the board an opportunity. Like you have Ms. Sharika who came and she got her proclamation today. I think it would kind of be a slap in the face if you didn't give her an opportunity to be on the board. I'm just saying. That's what I said. I'm saying if she did not get the opportunity to be on the board.
And I see that all of the applications here submitted for the TERS too. I didn't count, I didn't take, I could count really quickly, but how many total applications did we receive for TERS two, and how many,
6.
and we have,
We need to fill 9, but we can get away with 6. That's all that applies.
so on this one, we have 6 that applied, needed 9. The first one, we had 2 and had 2 applications. It was only the EDC that had more applications than vacancies.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. So whether you do this, if there's someone to remove, or just go one by one, either way, okay.
Code.
Excuse me, what did you just say? Rachel, what did you just say? I'm sorry, you lost me.
Oh, I was saying on this specific board, we had 9 open positions, but we only had 6 applications. So if we were
I
trying,
understood that part, but I'm saying the last part, what you just said, you know.
right,
What
so
are you saying? We are doing it that way, so what are you saying?
that if we nominated them as if we made one motion for all 6 and kind of like the consent agenda, unless there was somebody that we thought shouldn't be nominated because we have more positions than applications,
Well, why we couldn't do that with EDC?
because we had more applications than positions.
I don't see it.
Okay.
Well, let's stick with item number C.
Which motion do we want to, I made a motion.
Okay, we did
read
one.
each name.
With Nicholas.
Nicholas Sandoval.
Okay, now that was approved. Okay, now number 2.
Make a motion for Michael Arterburn.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters, a second by Mr. Ward. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, number 3. Position 3.
Make a motion for Toby Ware.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion for Mr. Toby Ware, for Mr. Brent Mac Waters. I have a second for Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries. Okay, I got 3. Okay, motion carries, 4-1. Okay. Okay, now we go to,
Make a motion for Robert Priest.
okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters,
Second.
second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-1. Okay. Got one more?
2 more.
2 more.
Make a motion for Laura Davis.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters. I have a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? 3. Okay, motion carries 4-1. Okay. Now number 6.
Make a motion for Philip Randall.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion for Philip Randall. Motion by Mr. Mac Waters, a second by Mr. Mr. Ward, excuse me. All those in favor? 3. Okay, motion carries 4-1. Okay, that concludes item 29. We're going to move on to item number 30. Where's Emilio?
Right there.
Come on down.
Mayor and Council, we're seeking your authorization to amend the, formal meeting date for February's meeting of the regular city council meeting to occur the following Tuesday, the 24th, as this would align with what we need to do to meet noticing requirements for the impact fee process that we talked about earlier with land use assumptions and CIP. Did noticing for that, we have to notice for the actual imposition of the impact fees in that process. So that would be kind of wrapping up that. And once we hold that hearing, we'd also have on the agenda for you to consider whether to assess those fees or not. So that's the need to change the meeting date. Rather than have a special meeting, just delaying the meeting by a week would probably help administratively.
Make a motion, we approve the moving of the meeting to the 24th of February.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Mac Waters. I have a second by Ms. Rachel. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, we'll now convene into executive session. The city council reserves the right to adjourn to executive session at any time during this meeting to discuss any item on the agenda as authorized by Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, the Texas Open Meetings Act. The city council will meet in executive session as authorized the Texas Open Meeting Act for the following purposes: Section 551071, consultation with the attorney, hangar location and dedication agreement. Section number 32, Section 551074, personnel matters. Okay, and we'll adjourn, we'll break at 7:42.
that clock is, okay, somebody need to, it's, yeah, okay. 8:45, there's no action taken. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
second.
Okay, I got a motion to adjourn for Mr. Warwick, second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay, let's go home. Hey, Pam, you can bring me those papers, and I'll go ahead and